Hello there everyone, welcome back to the channel. My name is Botox Games. Today I want to talk a little bit more about the potential of a Nintendo Direct either this week or next, because there have been some interesting developments regarding some third-party games that I do think would be prime candidates to be revealed in a Nintendo Direct or some sort of Nintendo presentation, be that a general Direct, be that a partner showcase. So we're going to talk about that today. Of course, if you are new here and you enjoy Nintendo Switch news, reviews, discussions like this each and every day, I would appreciate you subscribing. Let's get into it. Alright, good Saturday morning to everyone who decided to click on this video. I woke up today wanting to talk more about this Nintendo Direct. I know some people might be sick of it, but there are a couple things in particular I want to focus on. Specifically, there's been a lot of ratings and retailer listings popping up for various third-party games, and one in particular that popped up, I believe yesterday, that has been all over the internet. Everybody's been talking about it, and I think it would be just such a perfect fit for some sort of Nintendo Direct presentation. Now, in terms of new rumors from like Brazil or any other insiders, there's no, Jeff Grubb speaking out yet about a Direct happening this week. I am still personally leaning towards an early September Direct, but if there's some sort of presentation this week, great. It's sooner. That's more exciting. But let's talk about these leaked games or potentially leaked games. Now, the one that everybody's talking about right now, the newest, freshest off the presses one, is MySims. So MySims, of course, is the Wii and DS game. It's a spinoff of The Sims, and this, I would say, pretty concretely leaked. Now, at first, a couple of store listings popped up on various retailers, but then it actually got a page on EA's website. Now, I mean, that could be a coincidence. This could be some grand conspiracy, but it popped up on a bunch of retailers. It has a launch date of November 19th, and it's on EA's website. This game has not been announced. We don't know if it's a port or a new game just titled MySims, but I think it's very likely that if we were getting a Nintendo Direct, MySims is like the prime candidate for something that would pop up in it. We are talking third-party games. This one, I don't know if it'd be exclusive to Switch. I mean, maybe. It would certainly fit the Switch audience more than anywhere else. This feels like something that is leaking because there is some sort of presentation coming soon. I mean, I guess it's possible EA could announce it just on Twitter one day, but this feels like such a direct announcement if I've ever seen one. So this was what kind of started me down this train of thoughts on all of these recent third-party listings and all that, because, I mean, let me know if you agree in the comments down below, but I think MySims, like that just feels like one of those games you would just be watching a Direct. You just got some crazy hype Nintendo first-party reveal, and then MySims pops up, and you're like, oh, okay, I guess. Not to disparage MySims. I know a lot of people that actually loved playing those games back on the DS and Wii. I never did. I always wanted to try out MySims Agents, but yeah, we seemingly have a new MySims game coming, or at least a remake of the original one, which is pretty cool. I mean, I thought that was a franchise that was dead. It's also interesting because we still don't have a numbered proper Sims game on Switch. EA, what are you doing? But if we go back a little further, there have been other third-party games that are seemingly being leaked by retailers. So I'm going to read through a little bit of a Reddit post here saying that Tales of Xillia Remastered has been possibly leaked by a retailer. The game, listed for all modern platforms, is up to 2 Czech retailers and 1 Slavic retailer, though they are all owned by the same company. The same retailer has allegedly accidentally leaked previously unannounced titles in similar fashion and is an otherwise large and reputable business, not a mom-and-pop store. Obviously, do not take this as confirmation or get your hopes up until something is officially announced. So this is basically claiming that Tales of Xillia Remastered is coming to PS5, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch, which I think makes total sense. These are PS3 games. It'd be pretty easy for Bandai Namco to bring them over. By the time this releases either later this year or early next, that's almost 2 years removed from the Tales of Symphonia Remaster, which was the last Tales of release. We are due for a Tales game. Now, if you look down on their Reddit post, I'll have this link down below, they actually added an edit here saying the retailer listings do have unique European article numbers that aren't currently showing up in any public database, but they are registered to Bandai Namco as they all contain Bandai Namco's license prefix. So once again, like MySims, this could be some crazy coincidence, some crazy hoax, I guess, but Tales of Xillia Remastered just, I mean, that just sounds right to me. Like, we're getting Tales of Xillia now after getting Symphonia, and this will probably bridge the gap, and then we'll get a new Tales of game maybe in 2 years' time. I'm not too sure. I mean, I think Tales of Arise came out back in 2021, but another remaster, especially a PS3 era one, that should be pretty easy for them to get running on everything. That just makes total sense to me, and that would be a great game to announce in a Nintendo Direct, because Tales of Symphonia Remastered was announced in a Nintendo Direct. This next one I'm a little less confident about. Now, the first game in the series, this remaster series, was announced in a Nintendo Direct, so it's possible it could show up, but I actually thought this one was going to be in the June Direct, so we're going all the way back to the middle of June here, reading from a Nintendo Life article. The House of the Dead 2 remake has been rated for Switch, so this was rated by the PEGI European Games Rating Board, and that's just it. It's just House of the Dead Remake 2. That was rated by Microids, by PEGI, we're getting House of the Dead 2 remake. The first game I know had a lot of issues that a lot of people did not like, so people don't particularly love the remake that came out for the first game a couple of years back. Of course, if you aren't familiar with House of the Dead, this is the on-rails kind of light gun game that is mostly prominent in arcades and such, but it did have a Wii game. It has had multiple console ports over the years, and it did come to Switch, I think back in 2022, so now we would be getting the second game, and this is something that, once again, I would say I'm less confident in this being in the Direct, but still another totally like realistic candidate for a game that could be announced in a Nintendo Direct or a partner showcase. Another game that was rated by the ESRB just a few days before I'm recording this video, the ESRB rated Gothic 3 Classic coming to PS4, Xbox, and Switch. Now, I'm not too familiar with the Gothic series, but they have been slowly bringing all of these games to modern platforms. I'm not sure if Gothic 1 or 2 were in a Nintendo Direct, so maybe this wouldn't be in a showcase, but also the fact that the ESRB rating popped up when all of these other things are happening, all these retailer listings and, you know, MySims popping up, like, I could see this going either way, but I would lean towards no on this one. I would lean towards this being just its own announcement for its own day. However, a counterpoint to that is this is a THQ Nordic game, and THQ Nordic, Embracer Group, I guess I should say, had their own game showcase at the beginning of August, and it wasn't there. Why wasn't it there if it's getting announced soon? Makes you think. Could it be in a Direct? Maybe. And then the final game here I want to talk about that was leaked back at Comic-Con, although I believe it had been reported for quite some time. Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 are getting remasters. These leaked at Comic-Con last month at the Dark Horse booth because they had statues for Soul Reaver 1 and 2 HD remastered on display. This game still has not been announced. I had to do a double take when I was making this video because I was like, wait a minute. Did this statue seriously leak in July and it still has not been announced? Like, I mean, it wasn't like accidentally put there. The statue was put there on purpose. It's in a display case. Someone messed up. There was some line of communication that was not held because these should not have been on the show floor on display at Comic-Con, but we are getting Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered, and I think both of these are super likely to appear in a Nintendo Direct. I know a lot of people have been waiting for the return of Legacy of Kain, once again, a series I'm not too familiar with, but if these look cool, if these remasters look good, I'll definitely check it out. So that is 5 games that have had rumblings in the past month or two, which definitely makes you think, okay, could these all be in a Nintendo Direct? I mean, that's not the most exciting lineup of games. I would say out of those 5, the most exciting are definitely Tales of Xillia, and then I guess depending on where, you know, which route you want to take, it's MySims or Soul Reaver 1 and 2. But I do feel like this could potentially be leading up to something. Now, I guess the major question now is this going to be a general Nintendo Direct, or is it going to be a partner showcase? I've seen some people talking about MySims in particular, and for some reason that game has made people like convinced it's just going to be a partner showcase. Now, if you watch my previous videos, you're familiar with Brazil, the original person that said Nintendo was moving up some presentations and that there would be something else in August. He never said there would be a Nintendo Direct. He said some sort of presentation, and that has been misconstrued and misreported a lot. So I would say it's definitely possible we could just get a partner showcase. I mean, that would still be exciting, and all of these things would line up perfectly for a partner showcase. However, I don't think a partner showcase really makes sense for Nintendo to do leading into the holiday season. Even if it's just a Nintendo Direct, like the one we got in September of last year, I mean, think about it. How many games did that Direct announce? Another Code and Mario vs. Donkey Kong? I think that's it. We got more proper reveals for Luigi's Mansion 2 and Princess Peach Showtime, but it's not like that Direct was stacked with first-party games. We have a lot of stuff coming out. If we get this Direct, say, Tuesday or Wednesday next week, they can show Emio the Smiling Man, they can show Echoes of Wisdom, Mario Party Jamboree, Mario and Luigi Brothership. You add in literally just one more first-party game announcement, I think, on top of a slew of third-party stuff. There's no reason to make this a partner showcase. For their own marketing purposes, it does not make sense to make a partner showcase right now. So I think it is still likeliest that we do get a general Direct. Once again, I'm still leaning towards early September like we normally get, but if these rumors are true, if we do get something in August, that would be very cool. Like I said, I did see someone say if it's a partner, it'd be cool if we saw Dragalia Lost come over to Switch. That'd be kind of like a Endless Ocean tier. Like, it's a first-party game, but at the same time, it is definitely a partner game, if you know what I mean, because Cygames developed that for Nintendo, and they released it on mobile, and I guess people were just thinking about it because of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp getting shut down, and they announced the paid offline version of that. Dragalia Lost actually would be like a cool game to bring over to the Switch in its final year, just to kind of pad out the lineup, keep that game afloat, I guess. I mean, right now it's unplayable, right? I don't think even if you have it installed still, you can play it, because I imagine, most mobile games need a connection, edition. So Dragalia Lost, as far as I'm aware, is completely unplayable right now. That'd be a really cool game for Nintendo to bring back, and just, you know, maybe they don't need to really do anything, just release it as it was from on mobile phones on Switch. I think that'd be just nice to preserve that game, because I know it did have a pretty dedicated following. But yeah, I saw someone talking about that, and I guess, you know, with how cool it is that they're doing this offline version of Pocket Camp, it just makes me think, like, man, they should do that for Dr. Mario World, and I would say especially Dragalia Lost, hopefully. One day, maybe. They're probably not going to. But with that said, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. How are you feeling about the potential of a Nintendo Direct in the coming days, this week? Or do you think it'll be in September, like I'm still leaning? Like I said, I'm going to be happy if it's in August, obviously. The sooner the better. However, I will say, Nintendo, come on. Don't do a Direct right before PAX. I'm prepping videos. I'm trying to get ready so I don't have to think about YouTube that entire weekend. Don't drop a Direct on me the day before PAX. That'd just be mean. But yeah, let me know your thoughts down in the comments below. What do you think of a potential Nintendo Direct happening very soon? And what do you think about the third-party games I discussed today and whether or not they'll be in that showcase? I'd love to hear your thoughts down in the comments below. Of course, subscribe here for more Nintendo Switch news, reviews, discussions, all of that fun stuff. Follow me on Twitter at BoTalksGames and check out my new channel at It's Amiibo. Until next time, folks, peace.